Namaste, peacemakers, and welcome to Soul Horoscope SuperScope Weekly Report. My name is Witecki. I coin myself as the Sensei to Sirius Joy because I want to piper you into your hearts and into your potential, and I think it is something that is absolutely attainable here on Earth. Now, this is a SuperScope because it's designed to serve more than one personality. You can watch this if you're a Libra Rising or if you have a Sun in Libra, and both will apply. You'll also see some great insights if you have Venus in Libra, and I want to remind everyone I have a special Venus in Libra video on the SoulGuard.tv mothership. So come on down to that. It's the Venus Quotients if you want to know more about you. But we are in a very intense time. I have to say this will probably be the most important week of the year. Not kidding, because it is time to finally get on top of your career. Libras and Libra Risings will be stepping into their career power this week. That means having to let go of any emotional baggage that's tied to that power and stepping into true leadership. Leadership begins with yourself, of course, and then people follow you, leading you. That's how it works. So it is time for Libras to do the all nasty of make some decisions and move forward. And we'll talk about the accelerating Jupiter and what that means. But first, let's summarize the week to come. This week, the Sun will finally break out of that grand ass square, and the grand square itself will begin to free up. We move from step 13 to step 20 this week. Remember to watch the step videos each day that explain what these steps mean. But you'll go through these steps in the week, which means there'll be breakthrough or understanding or final frustration Sunday, Monday, and then finally you have clarity Monday, Tuesday. That's how it's going to work. Now that said, the Sun will finally pass Pluto, which means the opposition or the struggle you have between emotional security and career success will finally be over. Whatever it is it took you to get over your feelings about it, hopefully you will get over it. And then lastly, the Sun will break free of the Uranus square on Wednesday. That means that if you have any issues with people you're in long-term relationships with, you'll likely break free of that struggle by Wednesday. Now, another thing to point out is Jupiter is going to accelerate this week, which means it actually moves faster than it has during the rest of the transit. It has to do with the dynamics of signs, but this does happen. So Jupiter speeds up. That means that we're going to, really quick, wrap up the career transit in just 1 week, and by the end of the week, you will be holding faith. So it will be a test of faith by the end of the week. Thoughts will also race ahead in Gemini. And what that means for you is, as your career is accelerating forward, so are your final beliefs and making final decisions about what your life purpose is or what your life purpose isn't. And then finally, it climaxes very dramatically in God's way of a full moon on Saturday night. This will be the final tug-of-war between your desires to succeed and make the right decisions in your life and your fears and emotional baggage of being able to remain secure in that process. This release, Apex, is actually Saturday night. Begins Friday. Apex is early Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern United States time. Now coming up, I have the Sirius Joy Farm where I get a little deeper on all these topics, and I have a Sirius present from me after this. This week in Soul Garden 8.0, in our new super blog Namaste Today section, check out Mary Inchineri. She's a Grandmaster Cancer, and she's back to help you face the final wrap-up of Jupiter in Cancer. Then hop over to Modern Goddess, where we have our guest writer, Jen Jurarsik. She's an independent female filmmaker, and she's going to tell you how she steps into her power. And lastly, don't forget, I've got a special surprise in each of 12 horoscopes, as well as a little survey. All that and more in the new Soul Garden 8.0. Howdy. Welcome to Sirius Joy Farm. Seriously. Today we're going to be silly, because we want to get in our inner child. Now, I hope this doesn't offend you or you think I'm just a crazy lunatic, because the truth is I am. Everyone is crazy on the inside. Everyone has an inner child, and everyone needs to bring that child out. Now, here's the deal. In the full moon, this is how it's going to hit Libras, right there. You will have a balance issue between feelings and how you feel and career decisions coming up. This is the important thing. Now, notice that Pluto death is on the side of feelings. That means that it's time to let an old side of you die, an old way of feeling die. So if you've always felt alone, or you've always felt perhaps, I don't know, like a survivor or something like that, some sort of old baggage story, that story needs to die. That's what the universe is going to do. Now, let me show you what happens when the moon gets full. Womp womp. The baby cries. Now, the baby will be crying literally for you. You might have a release. You will likely have to cry at least once. And let me tell you right now, you're going to need to drink a lot of water because you're purging old stuff. Psychic energy stays in water. That's what it does. Now, this will be a tug-of-war from Friday night to Saturday morning. Your inner child, the adult 5-year-old in you, needs to come out here, play with me, and really look at this and realize one more thing. Here it is. This is the magic formula to get through the whole time. I do think it will be intense for people, and I do think this is what you got to do. When it comes to what you value, you got to be way serious, Saturn serious about it. Do not compromise your prices. Do not give anything away anymore. No more, says the universe. Second, when it comes to living in the moment in your practice, you got to be Jesus Pisces to yourself. In other words, you got to be nice and all those sorts of things. You do that, and you will be able to be decisive. That will give you the strength to do what you have to do. Now, you may wonder why I'm such a whack job, but it's because I really think you got to get in your heart. You got to be willing to step outside your comfort zones, which for me, putting on this stupid costume was definitely, actually, I'm enjoying it very much, which is something I'll have to face after I tape. I hope you guys keep watching. But the point is to step in your inner child. Now, I said I had a gift for you, and I do. Here it is. If you go to soulgarden.tv and watch a horoscope there, you'll find a free video that's called Jupiter Gets Emotional. I recorded it a year ago. I'm giving it back away for free to help you really understand how to kind of get along with your feelings. And getting along with your feelings about your decisions and feeling good about your decisions is the secret formula to you ascending up the Sirius Joy tree. And what's coming next for Libras and Libra Risings is for them to really take their honor in the world and really finally have their place in the world. You're doing the final seed work of that right now. So come on down the website, and when you do, let me know one thing. I got a serious question for you. Seriously. Here it is. I'm just curious to all Libras and Libra Risings out there, what in your heart are you battling with that decision? What is it? Share it with the world. And if y'all agree, y'all should reply to their shares. The person who gets the most responses or replies to their personal share, I'm going to give away a free Megascope monthly subscription. All righty. It's going to be a big week. Sure hope you can live in your inner child and be a total goofball. I challenge you to be a nutcase like me. Until then, I'll see you. Well, I got one more thing to say to you. Let's go put up the barn door. Here we are back in the tranquil setting of what I call Witecki Theater. This awesome star-twinkling, moonlit environment. You'll see it all over the new Soul Garden 8.0. Wherever you want to lay down like a magic carpet for you just to chill out, get spiritual, you'll see. There's a lot of cool things at Soul Garden, including the newly remodeled soulmart.me, where right now you can buy a 1-hour reading with me and get a free 30-minute follow-up. Now, this is an excellent sale for people who've never had a reading because you'll really learn to appreciate the power of astrology in your life. And if you've already had a reading with me, well, then you know the power. This is a great reading to get to the bottom of an issue and end it for good. Details are all available and a video at soulmart.me in the new remodeled soulmart.me. Also, I've got a class series coming out this summer. The first one's called So You Want to Be an Astrologer, eh? Now, this course is really designed for you to have some fun. Bring your chart. We dive into all sorts of aspects of your astrology, and you'll walk away knowing a lot about yourself. So this one's open to the general public, no prerequisites. You'll love it. If you're interested in going further, the next class is, yes, I do want to be an astrologer. At which point I'll talk about using astrology in your profession. I'll share some stories with you about how I got started and where I got taken advantage of, and even reading certain celebrities and things like that. I'm not a name dropper, but in classes, I'll be honest, this is a great class to really figure out if you want to pursue it further. If you do, I've got a class called The Art of Reading People. Now, this class is open to the general public as well, and I'll share with you kind of how to sum up a person in a moment using numerology, astrology, and psychic ability and determining am I psychic or not. So there's some fun like little quizzes in there that help you determine where you are and where you're not. Then if you're interested in diving deep, I've got natal chart interpretation, class 1, class 2, and class 3. It's going to take at least 3 classes to understand it. And finally, my favorite, the ethics of free will in a reading. You know, the truth is psychics get a lot of information, but we don't always share it. Why? Because we don't want to interfere with free will. So this is a fascinating topic and describes a lot of why people perceive to have bad readings or people do have horrible readings, and it's open to the general public too. So all of these are available at soulmart.me and going to be a lot of fun. They're only 2 hours. They're $49.95, and you can come on your webcam. It's awesome. I love new technology. I love HTML5. Now, if you're still on YouTube, hey, do us a favor and please subscribe to our channel. We do appreciate that. If you're on Facebook, you can like our channel by going to soulgarden.me, and you can come to the new shiny penny soulgarden.tv anytime. Don't forget, I've got a little treat waiting for you in each of the 12 horoscopes. I'm so grateful you've shown up for me. I'm here showing up for you. I love you. I'll see you in 7 days. Until then, live, love, be.